Okay, we're gonna start to put our grid on our picture and our paper for today. I want you to see a couple of the different rulers that we have. On this one, there's the mark to start the ruler's measurements here, okay? So you've got a little bit of space here between the edge of the ruler to the line, okay? You wanna know where your measurement starts. This one is the same way. It has this mark where the measurement starts. So you don't want to be putting the edge of the ruler to the edge of the paper. You want to have it be the mark, okay? This one actually starts its measurements at the end of the ruler. So you have to look at your ruler to know how to start your measurement, okay? You get a much more consistent measurement by these that have the mark that begins the measurement instead of the end of the ruler. Because the end of the ruler could get bumped and things, and you could have corners start to round out, and so then it's not as precise. I'm going to use this wooden one here. You could use whichever one you want, just so you know what your ruler is like. I'm going to start with the photograph first. And the one thing I want to do is make sure I'm not measuring the border around this. I like to get up above so I can see my measurement. So I'm starting the photograph with the measurement line, okay? And I'm going to mark the 2, the 4, and the 6. I'm going to have to get pretty dark here because that hair is going to basically make that hard to see. I can see the shiny of the graphite though. I'm not going to do the 8 because there's only a little bit of space there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my ruler down, and I'm going to measure from the same side. I've got this lined up again. I'm holding my ruler so it doesn't move, and I'm going to mark the 2, the 4, and the 6. Okay, so now 2 is just a little bit over. Now I'm going to connect these lines, or those little marks. So I'm going to line those up and make my mark. Line these 2 up. You got to look at where your marks are. Sometimes it's hard to see with the photograph. Make my line. Line these last 2 up and make my line top to bottom. I go all the way from the top to the bottom, not just where I made my mark to where I made my mark, because that wouldn't be the whole thing that I've marked. I am going to put top on here so I know which is the top and which is the bottom. You might think, but I can't tell on mine which is the top and which is the bottom. As long as you always have, you know that this is the top, bottom, so that you don't get it mixed up. I'm going to put real lightly top and bottom on this one as well. Okay, so now we need to know which way we're turning the top. So I'm going to turn it to my left. Okay, so turn it to your left. Line up your ruler again at the top. Okay, line it up with the photograph, not the edge of the paper. And I'm going to mark the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, and the 10. And I'm going to move it down and mark the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, and the 10. So now I'm going to line these up and make my line all the way across. Make this line all the way across. Make this line all the way across. This one. And my final one. Okay, So this is my top, this is my bottom. Notice the bottom is where my short row is, and the right side is where my wider column is. You just have to have this paper be the same. So that's what we're going to be doing next.